Okay, so this is something I've been testing for the past week, and it's an interesting take because I'm utilizing Chaos Space to generate non-tuners, right? Because it gives you access to the baby dragons, and it can also give you access to illusion. It can give you access to Saravis, which is quite nice. So it's a multi-purpose card, which is quite nice. It prevents them from targeting your guy. Look, how cool is that? That's pretty cool. And whether it be the preferred choice from now on, I'm not too sure. This is just something I was testing, and I saw a bit of value in it because it's pretty cool. It allows you to recycle the Omega, which is quite nice. Like being able to rip with Omega again and make it again for the third time is quite nice. And instead of just ripping for 2, you rip for 3, which is quite nice. And it allows you to recycle some synchros, your light or dark synchros, by banishing them with the baby dragons. And yeah, I just felt like it was pretty useful, giving you that draw, helping you get into your hand traps wasn't the worst thing, which is something I really liked. It allowed you to get access to a non-tuner and then give you access to an extra draw. I mean, if you're making TG, that extra draw doesn't really matter, but like when you're like trying to sequence your way into some sort of line, that extra draw is quite important, you know. I've showed in the past how important a single draw off of what's his name, Souls is. It can give you that extra extender, that extra non-tuner, that extra synchron that you might have been missing, you know. And that's basically what's happening here. And going against Brendan Chimera, that matchup is quite scary, but like, you know, it's pretty insane. That Tiger guy's quite annoying. Oh, I messed up right here. Oh my god, I messed up. This should have been a Baron. This should have been a Baron. I don't know what the... Oh my god, yeah, this should have been a Baron in the I would have game. Negate the Crow, go Speeder, and it's over. Yeah, that should have been a Baron. That's so annoying. And then now he has a chance to capitalize on my mistake, and... it's so frustrating because I had that. I go Baron, negate the Crow, go Speeder. It's fine. I get both starts back, but I just don't see it. I just don't see how I can come back from this. He just has way too much advantage. He has 5 cards in hand. He has, yeah. Look at this. He can change level my guy. I was gonna go Baron here, but he just does that. I'm like, okay, well, I can't do much there. And look at this hand. This hand's kind of ass, though. This hand is kind of ass. But fortunately, I milled the trail, which is quite nice. And yeah. Once you mill trail, you know you have access to like either the Jet Warrior play or an Excel line or even a Speeder. If you do a Speeder, you don't get access to a token, which is something you contemplate sometimes because the token just comes up so much. And the good thing about Wheel is that it's a brick, yeah, but like if you draw up the Chaos Space, it's a light, you know, so it's not the worst. So like it has some value there, which is quite nice. And all of your light and dark synchrons play a bigger role because of that, because they pair well with Chaos Space. Searching the Solaris feels really nice. Look at this guy. Goes for Mirror Jade. He banishes that, but Assault's in a graveyard, so it doesn't really matter. Like, that's so cool. Look at that. I just revived my Spatterback. It's like, what do you do against that? It's pretty much over. Look at this. Stardust. Negate. Revive the Stardust again. That's so cool.
Alright, so that was the default microphone. I ended up switching it back to my actual mic. But Chaos Space is an interesting card. Just for that utility of searching Saravis, which is quite nice. Like, it's so like that one spell can do 3 things: give you access to illusion, give you access to Saravis, give you access to baby dragon. I found that quite intriguing. And since you have like light and dark synchron, like you have Stardust synchron, of course, you have Assault synchron, and then of course you have Wheel synchron. And the only reason you actually play Wheel synchron is to help you play through draw. Because sometimes when you have Speeder Resolve, it's the only non-tuner. So having that extra body to serve as a non-tuner is quite useful. It allows you to fulfill your board a bit better compared to if you didn't have it, because it gives you access to level moduling, which allows you to climb into a level 10, which then gives you access to get another synchro through assault, because assault will revive, assuming you use XL Synchro Stardust Dragon's effect to be able to revive itself back, and then use your wheel to reduce the level of Stardust because you didn't have access to Illumination because you're on a draw. So like little things like that make a big difference, which is what I really liked about that card. Of course, it is annoying when you do draw the wheel Synchron with no way to utilize it. It does suck, but that doesn't really happen as often as you would think, because it's always going to be able to discard it for Fateful and have it and have you use it. You just grave effect to level module, which is quite nice. Or now you just pair it with Chaos Space. Or sometimes you have plays where you actually summon that guy. You go special assault, summon, you know, and then try to get a line from there. And the cool thing about Fateful as well now is that we can search a dark with a Legal Knight and then use it to pitch for Chaos Space, which is it's a niche thing to do, but it actually comes up. I'm like, oh, that works. So this is just like the beginning stages of implementing this, I guess, theory, because there's more ways to go about it. It was like, how could I not add or include effect failure? It just seemed like now, since we play Chaos Space, it seems like it has a bigger role. Oh, this is scary. If I didn't have this, if I didn't have this Bistio, I'd be in trouble. I would be in trouble. I should have waited here though, I think. No, I think I didn't do it. I didn't wait because I wanted to make sure I can Veiler the Mirror Jade in case he activated Mirror Jade's effect. But look at this. This is so cool. I do it this way. It was a risky line because he could have just banished my Jet, so I was hoping he didn't. But this, look at this. This is insane. This is why Satellite Warrior is amazing. But yeah, that was a risky play, but sometimes you just have to do those riskier plays because it just basically guarantees that you win the game. Because I needed to ensure that I was able to trigger the effect or activate the effect of XL Synchro Stardust Dragon, like to dodge the Mirror Jade Vanish. This is versus Cash. This is crazy. Look at this hand. Activate. This is what's so funny. Look at it. This is how you summon tributes, and then you get the light in the graveyard that you need. And then you go for SD. SD, get a surge right here. Look at this. How do you like little plays like that just makes it like fun. Like it's not straightforward. You know what I mean? You can do obscure lines that are hard to anticipate because they're like, okay, you can do this, but what happens if you do that? Like it's hard because you're freestyling. So it's the thing I always use. Like how do they know what you're doing if you yourself don't even know what you're doing? Like how does that work? You know? Because that's such a fun expression. Because it's silly. It is silly, right? Because you're just freestyling. You're improvising as you go, and you're figuring out sequences that you didn't really know before you started comboing off. You know. But yeah, throughout this could have been a better sequence. This combo could have been a bit better, but yeah, this is the first stages, bro. It's just the first stages. I was just having fun, seeing what I was capable of doing. Leaves me with a Crystal Wing. I have Sarvis. I was never really scared because Fenrir targets, so I just negate it. It's quite nice. He books my guy. I let it go because I could just flip it face up. And then I just put enough body on board and just run it over. Because Crystal Wing gains the attack of a level 5 or higher battle monster it battles with. So that was done. I draw into Dark Ruler. I draw into Illegal Knight. And then he just sets 4 and passes. I'm like, oh my god, I have all spells. So I'm like, well, I mean, I guess this is the type of game it's going to be. So set 5 attack. And then he sets another one. Oh, I mean, I think I have it then. I think this should be fine. So right here, I'm trying to bait books here. Because then I can just tribute the set Jet, you know what I mean, with Stardust. But he didn't end up doing anything. I was about to go for a Starlight Warrior, but like, I felt like if you just topped it any cash and I was left defenseless, I would not. I would not. I would just not. It would not end well. And then we go again. We go Chaos Space. And that's the good thing about Chaos Space, is that it can bait hand traps. It's like, how could you not want to ash Chaos Space? It's like ashing Silent Mining. Like, ashing Silent Mining is quite nice. It's like, oh, yeah, let's do it here. And this is where wheel synchron is quite nice. It's just, it's a light. It works perfectly with what you're trying to do. It's just, yeah, look at this. Then he goes first. I'm like, okay, sure, buddy. I draw him. He rips my hand. I'm like, oh, well, this hand kind of sucks. I have these little baby dragons are dead. I can't use them. But then I top deck into right. I was like, oh, yes, bro. And the good thing about right is like he discard a card. Discard the white and then pop off. Because I have access to speeder anyway, so I'm just trying to bait it here. So I want to bait the Mirror Jane. Because no matter what, I had speeder anyways. You know what I mean? And then, that's really good. And again, Purrely. Oh, I hate this matchup. This matchup should not be as hard as it is. But yeah, oh my god. But once you're prepared for it, it can be a bit easier. He draws me. I'm like, that's fine. If he stopped the speeder here, I'd be in trouble. But it resolved. So now I'm just trying to rip his hand. Gonna go rip. Look at that. Look at the wheel singer coming in clutch. Go Baron. Rip. And I'm hoping this is enough. I have 3 interactions. I think it should be enough. There's just no way. And then, oh, this is the hand. This is the hand, the ideal hand you would want to open against Purrely. You storm the back row so they won't recur any spells back to their hand once you kaiju them. And then you kaiju them. He sets 2. I'm like, yes! But I mean, my hand's still kind of buns though. My hand is not. I don't have a speeder line, which is kind of. And then he has droll as well. Like, oh, fine, fair enough. Go for this. And I just climb into a Baron with SD, pop the set, attack, and that should be fine. That should be fine. And we're going against another branded deck. My hand's okay. I mean, I have access to the baby dragons. If you notice, I drew this Draco back almost every game. I just glued to my hand. It combos off. He sets up everything. And oh, this is where he just puppet locks me. And I just basically just scoop. I'm like, yeah, okay. I didn't want to reveal what I was playing, so I just scoop. And then we go to game 2. The wheel, bro. The wheel. See, this is what I was referring to. You just discard the wheel and use its effect. And then I just go for the Herald line here to ensure, because I get more value with Herald in this build, because I can get access to Sarvis or I can get access to Illusion. Add that back. Go Baron. Reduce. Go for full revive. I'm trying to get to a Librarian so I can get some draws. Get drawn to that Ash. Get Illusion. I mean, I can't use Illusion now because the Herald's on field. I can't send. Oh my goodness, he has the Sewer Poly. He has his Dark Wheeler. But he has another Dark Wheeler. Oh my goodness. Right here, I'm not sure what happened here. I'm not too sure what happened there. Like, I'm not sure he's just scooped or not. But yeah, this is gonna be the last game. And I'll be showing you guys the deck list later, but this is just giving you a bit of insight on what I've been testing, because I've been teasing it, and and hopefully you get a better idea and understanding of what I was trying to, I guess, accomplish, because it's another way to play it, you know? You're still playing the adventure engine, but implementing the chaos space seemed okay. But I'll do an IRL deck profile later, and that's basically gonna be it. Enjoy the rest of the video.